Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham 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 Om Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham Om
Nithyanandam, everyone. Now open your eye bands and post whatever your third eye reveal in the chat. Are you all done? See, just few more seconds before I project the picture. So this is what I projected. So let me see your responses. I saw hills. Yes. This from tank. Water. Yes. Column by stone like bridge and temple. Green. Yeah. It's partial manifestation. Ma tank. And Ma chanted. I saw boat walk at a dock harbor, a small yacht, and then the scene changed to a bee, orange, yellow flowers. Again, scene animal, water. Lingodvan, green color, yes. Rock. So Lingodvan also good manifestation. Christine also water. Yes. Nature, flower, water. Yes. Good manifestation, Vishwanathan also. Yes. So all of you partially manifested. Good manifestation, I can say. Wonderful. Moving from dream to reality. When fear becomes too much, suddenly you wake up and you jump out of the dream. Understand? The lion that is chasing you has appeared only in your dream. But it is sheer presence of your dream that is enough. It can make you leap out into the waking state. Just like the Simha Swapna. Swapna is dream, Simha is the lion. The master who is happening in this dream can also wake you up into enlightenment. Appearing in your dream, he can wake you up from the dream. Understand? The master is a Simha Sapna. Once you are in his jaws, you no longer have a choice. You simply have to wake up. That's all. From understanding to experiencing, preparing your inner space. Miracle, accident, are both beyond your logic. If the effect is favorable to you, you call it a miracle. If it is not, you call it as an accident. If you know how to use your inner space, you will be constantly making miracles. Purifying your inner space is the way to make miracles. If you don't know how to use your inner space, you will constantly be creating accidents, because you will be attracting incidences of the same frequency into your life. When the psychological revolution happens, it triggers a powerful understanding inside you. The very understanding empowers you. You feel just this one understanding is enough. Just by understanding about the states of consciousness, I will remain centered on the I consciousness. Then, when you begin your practice, the next hurdle comes up. Even though your understanding is clear, even though your practice is sincere, sometimes you may find that these truths are not becoming reality of your life. So why does this happen? The simple reason is your inner space also needs to be prepared to receive and practice the truths. Just as a seed needs a fertile soil to take root and grow, these great truths need a clean, prepared inner space in which they can take root and flourish. This is the first thing that has to be taken care of. The most powerful natural resource available to you is your inner space. But just because you don't know how to use it, we constantly misuse it, abuse it. Someone asked me, can you tell me in a single sentence how to get results in my meditation practice? Actually, this is the tough thing. If I can speak at length, if I can give you whatever guidance I want, it's easy. But if you want in one sentence, it means it has to be the essence. So if you want your answer in just a single sentence, I will tell you, take good care of your inner space. That's all. Shankara says beautifully, Ahara Shuddhayo Smriti Shuddhihi. Meaning, if your intake is purified, your memory and your inner space will be purified. Understand? When Shankara says intake, he does not mean just the food which you intake through your mouth. No, he's talking about all that you absorb through all the five senses. Your eyes, your ears, your nose, mouth, and skin. With all the five senses, what you are taking inside, not just the food. So the meaning is ahara shuddhayo smriti shuddhihi. You take the ahara pure, then your thoughts are pure. So whatever you take in through these five senses is called ahara or food, not just the food that to eat from the mouth. That is also one of it. Understand? Without realizing it, we are constantly abusing our inner space. Our inner space is constantly abused by a wrong diet. And what is wrong diet? Everything. What you see, what you hear, everything. Visually, we swallow so much violence every day through movies and the media. I don't mean that you should not read the newspaper, but or see a TV. But if you look honestly, you will see that we have a subtle enjoyment in taking in violent information and visualization. We think, how can just reading about violence affect my life? After all, these are just incidences happening somewhere far away from me in someone else's life. We just don't have the sensitivity to understand that all the negativity we are throwing it in the in our inner space, corrupting our inner space. Please understand, this is a very important thing you should know when you enter into meditation. If you think your thoughts are disturbing, you are not able to sit for a few minutes, understand, fix your inner space. What are you watching? What are you hearing? What are you doing? It's a whole lifestyle practice, not just sitting for a few minutes, half an hour. You sit for practice, for meditation. Whenever you encourage or allow such corruption of your inner space, knowingly or unknowingly, you create what is called samskara or engraved memories, or engrams also we call. Samskaras are the memories that go and sit in your inner space and pull you to repeatedly go through the same experiences, to perform the same kind of actions, to run through the same kind of thought patterns, even if you don't want to. With the right meditation techniques, you can completely cleanse your inner space of unnecessary samskaras. Of course, all the samskaras accumulated by you are unnecessary. You can be alive and well without any samskara. The truth is, your very body has already been created for the particular samskaras that you need to run your life. So your mind does not need to carry any samskara to run your life. You have already come well equipped to fulfill the desires for which you took this birth. It is you who designed the body. At the time of taking birth, you have the clarity to decide about your future life and kind of life experiences you wish to have. You decide your life, your enjoyments, whatever you want to do. Based upon that, what you think is the juice of life. Based on your preferences, you design your body. The energy or the ideas with which you design your body is called prarabdha. So what is prarabdha? From the sanchita, piles of stuff that you have, good, bad, everything, you have a piles. From that, you pick up, you choose what kind of experiences, what kind of difficulties, good, bad, everything you choose. It is the innate, you choose from the available resources that you have, you accumulated over the, see, how much ever you have bank balance, from that only you choose what to buy, what to, how to live your life, isn't it? See, based on the bank balance that you have, you choose how to spend your resources, isn't it? The same way you choose your prarabdha. Prarabdha means what? From the available sanchita karma, the piles, you pick up and come to this life. It is the innate intelligence you carry as your bio memory. Your prarabdha, your bio memory alone is intelligent, powerful, and efficient enough to run your life and enrich you materially and spiritually. So any accumulated samskara or engram which is operating in your conscious or unconscious layers is nothing but a hindrance to the fulfillment of your life. There is no such thing as good or bad samskaras. No samskara is good. Your prarabdha, your biomemory alone is intelligent, powerful, and efficient enough to run your life and enrich you materially and spiritually. So, any accumulated samskara or engram which is operating in your conscious or unconscious layers is nothing but a hindrance to the fulfillment of your life. There is no such thing as good or bad samskaras. No samskara is good. Any inner space filled with samskaras is hell. Any inner space free of samskaras is heaven. So do not try to classify samskaras as good or bad. A samskara by itself, by its very nature, is negative. Samskara is what? Pattern. Engraved memory or pattern. Anything that happens in your life out of a deep understanding, out of your pure inner space, always adds value to you. Anything done because of the pressure of samskaras only creates more and more bondage for you. So, right from a young age, we start collecting all kinds of samskaras from the outer world, consciously and unconsciously. So after a while, these samskaras start reproducing and empowering themselves, even without any further action from our part. So the enlightened master Mahavira says beautifully that with each human being, when each human being takes birth, whatever he needs for his entire life is sent along with him. Every grain of rice he will eat during that life is already sent along with him. What Mahavira means is you have come with the samskaras necessary to fulfill all your desires for which you took this birth. But the problem is, after taking this life, we start picking up new samskaras from others. For instance, suppose you want to buy a new refrigerator, but when you go to the store to buy it, you meet your friend who has come there to buy a TV. So when you see that your friend is buying a TV, you suddenly decide that you also need a new TV. So after you purchase the TV, naturally you find that you don't have the money to buy the refrigerator that you have come there for. So this is exactly what you do in your life. When you pick up and try to fulfill the samskaras of others, naturally, you won't have the energy to fulfill your own desires. When you accumulate too many samskaras, you have to take more and more births to fulfill them. During these lives, naturally, you pick up still more samskaras from around you. It is a vicious circle. You are caught in the samsara sagara, means the ocean of worldly life, the ocean of repeated birth and death. Samskaras get strengthened in different ways. Some samskaras are strengthened only when you repeat the action. Some samskaras are strengthened just by receiving information about them. When you receive input from the world about them, then there are some samskaras that need neither action nor information. Just remembrance is enough and they are strengthened. Remembering about some samskaras, they are strengthened. So samskaras can be strengthened even without your awareness. Unconsciously, they are getting strengthened. Usually, you don't even know that you are being driven by your samskaras. So, when you habitually respond to a particular situation in the same way, after a while, you will start reacting in the same way to every new situation without even trying to understand it. So, you form a judgment about the person or the situation and then collect the evidence to support that judgment. Understand, you have made the judgment already. All you need is a few bits of data to support that conviction. That's all. It is as if your mind is a projector. You have a number of slides which you have gathered throughout your life. Some even from your past births. These slides are the projection with which you live your life. Each time the slide is repeated, it gets more powerful. The first few times you see it, it may take several minutes for the slide to impact you. As the samskara get engraved deeper into your mind, all that is needed is a quick glimpse. Before you know it, your mood changes. You make your decision based on that samskara. Molecular biology experiments have revealed a startling truth. Each time you experience a powerful emotion like anger, a new cellular transmitters and receptors for anger gets activated in our body mind system. Understand, this happens not only in your brain, but everywhere in the body. The first few times the emotion happens in the system, it may be just a brief drizzle. Once more and more cellular structures get built for this emotion, the drizzle turns into a shower, and then a storm, finally into a tsunami. With each act of anger or violence, the conditioning gets deeper and stronger at the cellular level. It is like a cancer, just like malignant cells can grow, multiply, and kill. These cellular receptors also multiply, allowing the emotion to simply flood your system. Suddenly, you find that you are no longer in control. If you are not aware, your samskaras can just take your entire personality. The seven energy layers, the storehouses of samskaras. We have learned, right? The seven energy bodies, they are nothing but the storehouses of all the samskaras. We created them with our samskaras. Suddenly, you find that you are no longer in control. If you are not aware, your samskaras can just take over your entire personality. Any thoughts? Please let me know. Chantes. I think we feel the pattern in our lives year after year, not only in our rebirths. Yes. Sangeeta says, we are born with engrams to live a fulfilling life. No other samskara engram is necessary. Collecting samskara pollutes inner space and create root patterns and deplete energy to live fulfilled life. Weaken the samskaras by consciously not repeating that action and by not remembering them. We see the events repeat in our lives time and again, and it proves this teaching. Yes. Situations may change, people may change, your age may change, but the thoughts are same. The feelings inside you are the same. So when you start practicing, it's not like sitting some 30 minutes for meditation. Meditation in the daily life. That's what we think, right? I do half an hour meditation, I do 1 hour meditation or 4 hour meditation, people say, right? So that's a good thing to start. But what Swamiji here is saying is, even that gives you a tremendous benefits, countless benefits to undo the patterns. So meditation in the daily life, in our daily lifestyle, to life itself, our whole life itself in meditation. We'll have to move into that. How that happens? Whole life is meditation. Are you able to catch this? Doing meditation for a certain time. Then that is what Dhyana Spurana. Flowering in the Dhyana. Dhyana means meditation. How does that happen? What are your thoughts? How does meditation in life, in our daily life, for certain time, to life is meditation. Life is Dhyana Spurana. So how that happens? Yes, Vishnathan says beautifully, wonderful. Complete awareness in every situation, every moment. Wonderful. Next, what are your thoughts? What is your understanding? Beautiful. You got the essence of it. So then, how does that happen? My question, are you able to understand, right? All of you? Meditation in daily life. To life in meditation. Whole life in meditation. How does this happen? When we sit in dhyana, it helps train our mind and emotion and helps us to be able to see each experience. When we sit in dhyana, it helps to train our mind and emotion that helps us to be able to see each experience in life as meditation. Consciousness. Do not repeat anger and negative emotions. How do you do that? Don't repeat. Anger comes out of, it just, you will, when anger comes, you will not have control, Nama. It just comes, right? You're angry means you're angry. Something triggered in you, you get angry. Chante says, each interaction, each breath, each experience, we begin to view from the powerful space cultivated during the meditation. Wonderful. Very good understanding, Ma. I have to consciously remember to control. No, when the anger comes, you be aware of it. How you just witness, disconnect and witness. Awareness, what Vishwanathan says, awareness is the key for every situation. That moment you may not recognize, but when you are more and more and more aware of when you are triggered, when that emotion is arising, when you are aware of it, next time it reduces. Any powerless emotion, anger is also powerless emotion. And there are so many various practices that Swamiji has been teaching us, right? The completion. Why you are powerless? Catch the root of the incident and complete with that. Then that emotion start holding you anymore. Stops holding you anymore. You understand, ma? Sangeeta? Yes. There are countless benefits. All of you must have heard so many places like how it increases the mental peace, health, reduces the pattern, and practicing unclutching. Even 1 minute of unclutching practice will take you much better a space than before. All it takes is one thing. I will add to whatever you said is perfect. I'll add to one thing. For meditation in life, how our life itself is meditation, how we become that, listening to ourselves, being aware. But what is that happening? Why am I behaving the way? Why am I reacting this way? Why am I getting anger? Why I become powerless? Why I feel impossible? What makes me think that this task is impossible? Why I feel so helpless? When you listen to yourself, why I attracted the situation in my life? So when you listen to yourself, your thoughts, your emotions with awareness, you understand that self-awareness is the key to shed so many patterns. Many of things that we react because we are unconscious. We are not conscious of what we are doing. Or many of our behavioral patterns are unconscious. So when we are aware, when we bring consciousness to our thought currents, many of it's like when you shake a tree, a lot of leaves will just go away, right? So like that, root may be there. That's a different process to get rid of it. But so many small things, so many small incompletion, small irritations, all that will just go away. So let's resume the fact. We didn't hear completely about the power of practice, right? We had darshan preparation started, we stopped in the middle. So we'll completely listen before we conclude. Any questions? So please let me know before we resume that. Yes, we are going to do that. Karnakaraya, we are going to do that now. For all this to happen, when you're listening to yourself, that is a practice. Everything. The essence is your decision to practice, your decision to be aware of. Everything starts with your decision, isn't it? God has given us all the freedom to live our life the way we want. But we have to experience the result of it also. You have all the freedom. God will not interfere in our thoughts, but in our decision making, even this life also, we are choosing and what patterns, what to pick up, we are choosing. But the result we have to experience. Just few moments before I play and so another, today is 19th, 2020, another 2 more days to go. Tomorrow, we are going to have the Charya Pada. What is Charya Pada? Anyone knows? The theme is Charya Pada. So what is Charya Pada? Anyone knows? At least heard that name? Heard that name? Charya Pada, you heard that name? Lifestyle. Charya Pada is lifestyle. Hindu lifestyle. Charya Pada is from Paramashiva, from the Agamas. There are so many thousands of verses. Paramashiva is so compassionate. He has given us how to brush the teeth too, how to take shower, how to dress, how to cook, how to eat. Everything he has given. Everything. How to build our house, how to build the streets, towns. Everything is there So that lifestyle leads to enlightenment. Charya Pada, the four padas, right? Four padas. What are the four padas? Anyone remembers? Four pada means wing. Legs are wings. What are the four padas? See, why I'm asking questions is I can simply say, but when you start thinking a little bit, you remember. What are the four padas of Agamas or a Kailasa? What are the four padas? You definitely read it. Samsara. Anyone remembers, please? No. Good. Veda. Okay. Elizabeth, very wonderful. Perfect. Clap for Elizabeth. Elizabeth Kavi. All of it. Clap. Appreciate her. He made me a good laugh. I think what you meant is I understand, Ma. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything to you, but it made me laugh. I'm not laughing at you, but that nobody ever said that. Father. But that is path. You're right. Actually, they are also a the path for liberation. You can take sannyasi path, you can take grihastha path. I'm not saying they are like absolutely wrong, but there is a different context. So tomorrow we'll be learning what is Charya and you have to learn. What is the lifestyle to follow? What is the Swamiji's recommended lifestyle? We'll be learning elaborately. Are you all excited?
Sitting with somebody. They do only 6 worship per year, only 6 times service. He says here, Dirgha Kalaha. Please understand, this is the key of the sutra. This is the key of the sutra. Many times people ask me, Swamiji, what is the beginning of a spiritual practice? What is the end of the spiritual practice? I tell them there is no such thing as beginning or end. Beginning and end are same. Now, all you need to have is intensity. See, if that intensity happens, eternally this is going to be my life. Suddenly you will see, you will not bother about the end. You will be in the end now. You will be in the present moment. See, meditation is all about penetrating the mind and going beyond mind. As long as you have an idea about future, your mind will continue to survive, continue to be alive. If you decide, next 12 years I will meditate, be very clear, your mind will be waiting just for the 12 years to pass. So you will never meditate. You will be waiting for the 12 years, that's all. Afterwards you may boast, you may just brag around, 12 years I am waiting, 12 years I am meditating, do you know? I am a seeker for last 35 years. Actually, there is nothing to brag about it in that. It's a shame. People come and tell me many times, these great intellectuals, well read, filled with knowledge, they come to me and say, my experience is your age. I just asked them, what were you doing so many years? It is not pride. Please understand, this is the way your mind cheats. As long as you sit with a particular technique, you think you will do for so many days, so many hours, till some time. There is a end, there is a boundary. Be very clear. Till there is a boundary, you are bound. Your mind will not come back to the present moment. It will be just waiting. All right, 12 years I will practice, then I will question you. 12 years I will see, I will do it, then I will see whether anything has happened or not. It is like, just because of your own mind, you do not allow that to happen. You do not allow that to happen. You can see even in your day-to-day meditation, when you sit and start the Nitya Dhyan, the chaotic breathing, you will be just waiting when the Guru Puja will start. I have seen. The moment they start the chaotic breathing, after 2-3 times, when the Guru Puja mantra will start. Understand, as long as your mind knows there is going to be end for this activity, it will continue to survive and cheat you. It will continue to postpone, play the game with you. It will continuously play the game. It will postpone. It will cheat. It will play all possible games. So when Patanjali says Dirgha Kalaha, long time, even long time word should not be understood chronologically. See, long time, immediately you understand 100 years, 200 years. No. Dirgha Kalaha, it should not be understood in a horizontal way, in a vertical way. See, as long as you measure time horizontally, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, 60 years, your mind will continue to survive. It will have that hope. After 20 years, what happens? Let me see. After 30 years of doing pranayam, what happens? Let me see. After 25 years of meditations, what happens? Let me see. It will be waiting. It will survive just with this one idea a long time. Very beautifully Shankara says, Kalpakala Paryantam. He says, even for ages, if you are doing idol worship, just ritualistic, following some rituals and techniques, without understanding the true spirit, without understanding the true purpose, without understanding the truth behind, you will be just stuck. Understand? Any technique, without understanding, if you are doing for ages and ages and ages, you will be the same. Just like Buddha was struggling. See, a person like Buddha, strong being like a Buddha, it is not ordinary thing to renounce your wife and kids, especially good wife, who was really taking care of you, and a kingdom who is under your control. The whole kingdom is under his control. It is not that people are rebelling. He has a lot of problems. He was not able to administer. No. The whole thing was completely under his control. Best things his father took care that he should not even know that leaves in the tree withers away, because all the fallen leaves will be collected in the night and cleaned. His father took care that Buddha should never hear about old age, disease and death, because the father was told by astrologers, family astrologers, that this boy will become a sannyasi, monk. He will renounce the world. Father was frightened. Only one child. What will happen to kingdom? So he took care that this guy should never think about future. This guy should never think about things of the world. He never allowed Buddha to see a fallen leaf or old dried flower. Nothing. All the leaves and the fallen flowers will be collected and cleaned in the garden in the night time. Buddha is sleeping. All the best things of the world is available. It is not that easy to renounce the palace and the comfort, luxury, wife and kids, child, one son. It's not that easy. It is very easy to talk and think. People ask me, Swamiji, can I be here? Can I be in the house and get enlightened? What to do? I have to console them. I cannot tell straight away. It will be too rough. I cannot say no, leave everything, give up everything, go to Himalayas. No, it will be too. Usually, when I say drop smoking, they drop me. So I have to compromise a little bit. Anyhow, here, Buddha is a guy who will not compromise with the truth. He was all out. He knows this has to be achieved. This has to be done. And he left everything. That is his not only first priority, that is the only priority. See, if the enlightenment is the first priority, you can have second priorities, third priorities. But with Buddha, that is the only priority. Then naturally, nothing else. He just disappears. Even a man like Buddha, 12 years he wasted. If he would have understood this one sutra, I don't think there is a need to waste 12 years. Understand, masters go on and on and on, teaching and writing, because you don't understand this one sutra. If this one sutra is understood, neither they need to waste their time by constantly talking and writing, nor you need to waste your time by constantly listening and reading. Dirgha kalaha, this one sutra, one word, one key from Patanjali needs to be understood. When Patanjali says Dirgha kala, means literally if you translate comes long time. It is not even long time in this horizontal way. You need to understand in the vertical way. See, when he says long time, don't think he is asking you to practice for 12 years, 20 years, 30 years. Just decide you are going to practice forever. Suddenly you will fall into the present moment, because your mind will not be waiting. When will that time end? Then I can relax from practicing. Because your mind always wants some change. As long as there is a hope for change, your mind will continue to survive. For example, if you decide, next 12 years, morning 7 o'clock, I will sit in Nithyananda. Your mind will wait for the 12 years to get completed. It will say, oh, 12 years. Then after the 12 years, I can be relaxed. I will be enlightened, or I will be whatever. I can relax. It will wait, every day it will push. One day over, one day over, one day over. Now only 7 more years, now only 6 more years, now only 5 more years. It will continue to survive with this one hope. If I do it for 12 years, I will have this or I will have that, I will enjoy that, then I don't need to do this. But if you decide, forever, as long as I am alive, morning 7 o'clock, I am going to do this meditation. Suddenly you will see, mind has no other go. It will just fall into the present moment. It knows, anyhow, every day, morning, I have to meditate. Then better, let us do it now itself intensely. That is what happened for Buddha. As long as he was thinking, till tomorrow morning I will meditate, morning I will relax for some time, then mind is waiting for that relaxation period. It knows there is a change, there is going to be a change, there is going to be hope. As long as there is a hope for change, your mind will continue to survive, it will be alive, that just that very hope keeps it alive. One day, Buddha understood this, that click has happened. This click has happened for me in Varanasi. Let me describe how it happened in me. This Dirgha kalaha. Buddha suddenly realized, what am I missing? Day in and day out I am sitting, meditating. What am I missing? Actually, if you are a professional seeker, you can understand what I am saying. This sutra is for the highly evolved seekers. You can understand what I am saying. Buddha started looking inside. What is going on? I am meditating whole day. How my mind is still alive? How is it surviving? Suddenly he realized, just that one idea. Till tomorrow morning, till late night I will meditate, then I can relax. Morning I will go for a walk, come back and sit and meditate again. He realized that idea, there is a hope, there can be a change. That is what keeping his mind alive and active. Mind is a great accountant. Please understand. It's a great accountant. This guy knows all maths and all plays, all games. When what need to be told to your mind or told to you, how to play with you. He knows all the games. Buddha understood this one idea that is responsible for my continuous struggle. He decides, no more. No more change. This pressure of the practice is going to be on me forever. This is going to be my life. That is where the Dirka Gala happened. Please understand, long time. He decided, no question of long time. I am going to do this forever. The moment you decide forever, the hope after this I don't have to do this. After this many years I don't have to practice. That is not there. Your mind knows God. And especially a person like Buddha, when he decides, he decides. If he decides, he means. He is not going to play games. He means. Mind got completely frightened. Oh God, what happened? Now he says forever. So he is going to do forever. So there is no hope. There is no change. There is no possibility for the future. This pressure of a technique, pressure of meditation is going to be there on me forever. So naturally, just it came back to the present moment, because there is nothing to search in the future. It just came back to the present moment and practice ended. Practice ended. Anybody wants to end your spiritual practice, all you need to do is decide strongly you are going to practice forever. That's all. It looks very paradoxical. Decide you are going to do it forever. There is no change, there is no gap, there is no getting up, there is no break. This is going to be your life. Suddenly practice will end. It will end. This is the one and only way if you want to end your practice. Till you decide you are going to be doing this practice forever, you can never end the practice. I was traveling continuously all over India, meditating. Usually I'll stay in the burial grounds and sit and meditate. People ask me, why do you stay in burial grounds? Because I don't need to reserve. There is no need for reservation. And nobody will come there. Indian burial grounds are not like this country. You don't have to imagine like this country. It's an open place, anybody. It's not protected or maintained. So nobody will come and disturb you. You can just quietly sitting and meditating. People ask me, Swamiji, have you never been disturbed by ghosts or spirits? I tell them, dead people never disturb others. Only living human beings disturb others. I never had any disturbance from the dead people. They are there happily, I am there happily. Every day, I used to sit and meditate in the burial grounds. The Vedic tradition, they say if you sit and meditate in burial grounds, you will constantly remember and meditate on death. And going through your own internal death is the way for enlightenment. That is the only way for enlightenment. Going through that psychological death is way for transformation and enlightenment. I was trying for years. Every time I sit, I'll sit with idea. All right, I'll sit today whole night Tomorrow morning I'll go out for buy food, come back and sit. This was the same thing I was doing. One day, when I was sitting in Varanasi, Manikarnika Ghat, the place where hundreds of dead bodies are burnt every day. And Indians believe dying in Varanasi leads you to enlightenment. So all the people, the moment they retire from their responsibilities, they will go and settle in Varanasi. It's a retirement community filled with old people waiting to die. The whole city, if you see, India is a very young country. Majority of the Indians are between 18 to 40, the youngest country in the world. Majority, more than 50% are between 18 to 40 youngsters. But this city, I can say 80% is above 80. At least above 70. Old people waiting to die. And this is the place where all the dead bodies will be burnt, Manikarnika Ghat. I was sitting there. I saw some dead bodies being burnt. Suddenly, the click, God, this body is also going to be burnt like that only. Actually, you will lose respect and fear about death if you see that body is burnt every time. They don't bring fire from the home. From one fire, they lit the other fire. Whether it rains or shines, it's an eternal fire. It's called Mahasmashana, the ultimate burial ground, ultimate cremation ground. It goes on and on and on. From one body, they light the fire to the other body, continuously. If you are a sincere seeker, really want to know the secrets of death and life, you should go to the Manikarnika Ghat in Varanasi and sit and meditate at least for a few days. When I sat, suddenly the click has happened. God, it is such a simple thing. Just like all these bodies are being burnt, this body also will be burnt one day, that's all. There is nothing much big. No need to make a big fuss about death, life and all those foolish things. It is just dust unto dust. Nothing else. Then I thought, every day I am meditating on death, meditating in burial ground, but still why I am not able to experience that internal psychological death. I am not talking about physical death. Physical death is different. The psychological death is different. If you experience psychological death, suddenly you will see you are enlightened. I thought, why I am not able to experience? Then I decided, either this body should die and I should experience death, or I should have death experience by meditation. I decided to sit. I decided I'll sit and meditate on death till I have the death experience, that internal death experience. If I am not having that experience, I'll continue. It knows all your games. It knows how many times you cheated. It knows how many times you came out of your own will. It knows how many times you changed, you altered, you corrected, you found a fine print. For your own will, you have a fine print below. And after 2-3 hours, when you are tired of that will, you read that fine print and say, it's okay, I think I can. I did not believe me. But somehow, that will was very strong. One day was over. Second day also over. No food, no sleep. No 1, 2, 3, nothing. Just sitting. Third day, the whole body is practically frozen because of pain. Just body wants to move, but I said no, nothing doing. No question of moving. If you don't move, just sit like this. The whole body will feel like a frozen with pain. Suddenly, my whole being realized I am serious about my will. I am really serious about my will. Suddenly, my whole being realized I am going to do it. I myself got convinced about my willpower. I myself realized I am going to sit. First when I sat, my mind did not believe and said, all right, let's see, struggle how much you can. After all, you are a good guy struggling for last 10 years. Try once more, nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong in trying. Chalo, try. Next day morning, it felt little sympathetic. This fellow is really trying, struggling hard. By third day noon, it got completely convinced. The power which was resisting has lost its hold on the consciousness. The constant doubt which was there, saying, no, once he is tired, he will come out. Once he is hungry, he will get up and go for food, relax. Once this fellow is feeling the hunger, everything will become all right. That part has died. Suddenly, my own being felt so strongly convinced I am going to sit. Still I remember very clearly. One thought, a clear thought, I am going to sit eternally. Dirghakalaha, forever. Understand? When the Patanjali uses the word Dirghakalaha, I don't even want that word to be understood as a long time. I wanted you to understand that word, forever. The moment I decided forever, instead of the mind moving in a horizontal, linear way, see, if you say long time, your mind will naturally move linear way. Long time means how many years? Come on, tell me. The moment I say, all right, let me sit for 10 years, then it will be waiting. All right, 10 years I will sit, let us sit. And after 10 years I can come out. So just for that, just because that hope is there, it will not fall into unconsciousness. It will continue to retain its identity because it knows after 10 years it can come back and play its game. The hope is there. Because the idea of time is created by mind. It's nothing but its own, you see, it's like you create a track out of steel and create a train out of steel. The steel train moves on the steel track. So mind, one part of mind is the time. So the moment you created a time, now the mind can be alive forever. It knows, hey, it's my own track. Let me travel, let me move, let me be. But the moment I decided eternally, mind has lost its grip over time. And it knows, oh God, I think this fellow really means. He really means what he is talking or what he is thinking. The moment you give that confidence to mind, that I am going to be doing it eternally, suddenly it gets shaken, it gets frightened, and it comes back to the present moment. Because it knows, I have to be doing this forever. There is no, you see, your mind exists with only one idea. It tolerates anything if it knows it is going to end. It has the ability to tolerate anything and survive anything if it knows that action is going to end. Any action, any idea, any meditation, any technique, if it knows there is going to be end, it will survive, it will live through. It will live through. Because it knows there is going to be end. Only when you give the clarity, it is going to be dirka kalaha. That is why in Indian tradition, whether it is marriage or sannyas, for eternal. Once you take sannyas, it is forever. Once you marry, it is forever. Then mind will stop playing its games. See, the moment you have a freedom, oh, I think anyhow I am going to divorce. Why tomorrow? Let me do it today. The moment you know you have a freedom, always you will think, why tomorrow? Why postpone? Let's do now. But if you know, no, this is going to be my life, then you know, anyhow I have to live. Let me now work it out. So your idea about future plays a major role on your life in the present. Your idea about future plays a major role in your action about the present. If you know that this is your life, the Vedic tradition, during marriage, the vows you take, that vow says, till the fire is there in your stomach, means till you are alive. These vows are taken. Means what? You know, you have to live for till death. So naturally, you adjust, your mind starts getting adjusted, your mind starts getting settled. With this mental setup, from the beginning, you know, I cannot unnecessarily create confusions. I can't afford it. I have to be careful. Even if there is something wrong, I have to start connecting. I have to start healing. I have to be respectful. I have to be loving. So from the beginning, the mental setup gets trained. Please understand. People ask me, Swamiji, is the divorce not a big freedom? See, I am not judging whether divorce should be there or should not be there, or it is a freedom or it is a right or wrong and all those things. All I can say, the idea which you carry about yourself, your mind, your life is very, very important. That is going to decide about your action. I tell you, the idea which you have about your body and your mind is the best friend or worst enemy for you. Best friend or worst enemy. If you have the right idea about your body and mind, that's the best friend for you. If you have the worst idea about your body and mind, that is the worst enemy for you. I have seen all various types of cultures, civilizations. The kids who are given right understanding, an idea about their body and mind, they not only live long, they live happily. Happiness bliss, joy, health, all these things are nothing but an idea you carry about your body and mind from the young age. I have seen your idea about future creating miracles inside the body, physical body. Even in the physical body, it creates miracles. It does miracles. The yogi with whom I learned this yoga and Patanjali, I have seen him displaying all kinds of extraordinary powers, because he is very clear, till he achieves that powers, he is going to be practicing. So what mind does? Your mind is intelligent. It can express any power. Mind immediately decides, oh God, this fellow is going to torture me with the practice till I reveal that powers to him. Better let me give it now itself. It tries to play with you without giving power and trying to break your practice. If you give a strong idea to your mind, no, you are going to practice till it gives you the power. Suddenly it gets frightened and it says, I know this fellow is going to torture me by doing everything. Let me better give the power now itself. The day, the moment I was able to convince myself I am going to sit, my whole being was completely convinced. I could see very clearly from the root of the spine that pain spreading all over the body, cruciating pain, requesting me, please move the body little bit and adjust. I was sitting for 2.5 days, no food, and I did not even know 2.5 days passed. Only later on I calculated. Later on I was able to calculate. I did not even know 2.5 days passed. I just decided, who cares about time and everything? I am going to sit, that's all. The backbone, the spine is begging me, just adjust the legs little bit. Adjust so that the blood flow will become little easy. At least adjust your hand. Let me check whether I am alive or not. It's literally begging me. But I could see very clearly my sankalpa will say, I am going to sit. There is no question of moving. The moment this will, that strong will, it says clearly, Dirka Kala, I am going to sit eternally. When that conviction landed on my being, I could see very clearly that pain which was there all over the body, every joint I was able to feel, every nerve I was able to feel, because sitting continuously, what will happen? The whole body just slowly started disappearing. The moment it learned the practice is going to be eternal, Tirka Kalaha, eternal, the mind started withdrawing. It decided, now I cannot survive. Now I cannot survive. Now I cannot stand. See, if you have some visualization for your mind, if you say 12 years, after 12 years I will get if you fall in love with somebody and you are waiting to meet that person next day morning, you can see late night you will be sitting and adjusting the clock. When will the time become 4 o'clock, morning, early morning? I can get up and get ready and go and wait in the park. You will be just waiting. Mind is intelligent. It can push the clock. It can push the time. But when you say the word Dirka Kala, eternal, it is going to be eternally this way only. Suddenly, it gets adjusted. It gets adjusted. And it came back to the present moment and said, all right, I cooperate with you, and dissolved. That strong, the internal death experience happened. Understand? When Patanjali says, he says, for a long time, without interval, without interruption, practice so that you can firmly be grounded. He doesn't mean, actually, when he says this long time, he is not depressing you. People come and ask me, this long time word is misunderstood and responsible for all the confusions which is there in the yoga world. Almost every interpretation has given a meaning, different or wrong meaning to this word. The moment you say long time, they say 12 years, 9 years, 7 years, 10 years. But I am not asking you to practice for long time means 10 years, 7 years, 6 years. No. Decide you will live, you are going to practice eternally. You will achieve it now. You will achieve it now. Ability to convince your inner space, you are going to do this forever, is what you need to learn through this sutra. Let me give you the translation again. Committed and intense practice of unclutching makes one firmly established in a higher state of awareness. Dirghakala and Nairantarya means long time and unbroken. Mind is a great accountant. He can play all accounts game with you. And Patanjali is aware of that. That is why he wants you with the right words. He wants you with he is warning you with the right words. Please understand. Any practice you do, decide with this one attitude. People ask me, this is a FAQ. Again and again people ask me, how many years I should unclutch to get enlightened? How many years I should unclutch to get enlightened? Unclutching is the ultimate technique for enlightenment. Whenever I say, continue to unclutch, continue to unclutch, continue to unclutch, they ask me, Swamiji, is it 1 year or 2 year or 3 year? How many years I should unclutch to become enlightened? Understand, decide you are going to be unclutching forever. The moment you decide you are going to be unclutching forever, you will be unclutched this moment. Because your mind knows this is going to be its routine. See, your mind thrives with changes and hope for a change. If your mind knows for sure, I am going to be unclutching as long as I am alive, it will decide, better let me die now. Then why to be, if it has a hope after 12 years of unclutching, you don't need to practice unclutching. Then it knows, oh, after 12 years there is a change. Because it thrives on change. It thrives on different things. That is why so much of desire for enlightenment, so much of desire for entertainment, even enlightenment you think it's a change. That is why you want it. So much of desire for entertainment. people go on, try to find some entertainment because it's a change. Even inside entertainment, different. Every 3 minutes you change a channel. In 15 minutes you go one full round and come back. Because mind thrives on change. Mind thrives on change. When you know there is no possibility for change, suddenly you will see it just dies. It disappears. It leaves. When you decide there is not going to be any change, suddenly, in an unexpected way, mind is killed. If you decide strongly you are going to unclutch forever, this moment you will be unclutched. This moment you will be unclutched. In a very unexpected way, mind will disappear. I have a story for you. A man goes into a bar and admires the stuffed lion's head mounted on the wall. What a great trophy, says the man to the bartender. That guy says, I would not call it great. The damn lion killed my wife. This guy asks, oh, is it so? You were on a safari in Africa, or you were on a safari somewhere, or hunting in the forest? Bartender says, no, it fell on her head. Understand, many times death comes in an unexpected way. If you decide that you are going to be unclutching forever, the death to the mind comes unexpected way, this moment. And suddenly mind settles all the accounts. See, if it knows it is going to be here forever, it continues to use the credit card. And using the credit card is the best way to be here. And the moment it knows, no, it's not going to be here, it suddenly settles all the accounts. It starts unclutching, relaxing, settling. Committed and intense practice of unclutching makes one firmly established in a higher state of awareness. I can say, in the world there are different kinds of knowledge. There are some kind, just by listening to that knowledge, you will have benefit of it. There are some kind of knowledge, if you have access to it whenever you need, you will have benefit out of it. Some knowledge, just by listening, once understanding, you will have benefit. Some, you need to again and again work with it. You need access to that knowledge to have benefit. There is some knowledge, only when you practice, you will have benefit. Spiritual knowledge is the third type. You need to practice, live, practice, no other way. People come and ask me, is there any shortcut, Swamiji? I tell them the one and only shortcut is practice, practice, practice. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. The shortest way is being straight. Practice, nothing else. If you want the transformation, practice is the only way. How much ever you hear, how much ever you talk, how much ever you discuss, nothing can be done. Only one way, practice. And clearly telling your mind, you are going to practice eternally. with unclutching. As long as you have a hope, you can stop unclutching at certain point. Your mind will continue to exist, waiting for that point. The moment you decide, no, I am going to unclutch forever, suddenly your mind disappears. It loses its power over you. I have one more story. Two accountants are in a bar when armed robbers burst in. The robbers line the customers up against a wall and proceed to take their wallets, watches, etc. The first accountant slips something into the second accountant's hand and whispers, "Here is the $50 I owe you." When you know it is going to be taken away, you settle the accounts by yourself. Your mind is also the first accountant. When it knows nothing can be done, it has lost all its grounds, it just settles all the accounts. As long as it has a hope, it can flow, it flows. When there is no hope, it just settles. So all you need to understand is this one truth, only this one truth. Today I don't want to add too many ideas. I want you to understand this one truth. Dirkakala Nairantarya means eternal, unbroken. Decide today, eternally, forever, I am going to practice unclutching. There is not going to be any gap, whether I am walking or talking or sitting or whatever I may be doing. I am going to unclutch from whatever is happening inside me. Whether I am walking or talking or sitting or sleeping or dreaming or daydreaming, these are the 5 modifications of the mind: right knowledge, wrong knowledge, and imagination, sleep, memory. These are the 5 modifications constantly happening in you. Whatever modification may happen inside me, I am going to unclutch. That clarity, that understanding, if you bring it, suddenly you will see all your negativity will lose its power over you. See, your depression has a power over you as long as you believe it can come again and again to you. If you are very strong, let the depression come. How many times let it come? I am going to unclutch. Suddenly it loses its grip over you. It loses its grip over you. If the depression knows it can really put you in depression, it again and again repeats. If it knows you are going to unclutch again and again, how many times it tries, it struggles, you are going to unclutch. Suddenly it will stop trying. Nobody wants to fight losing war, including your depression. Your whole life is nothing but a war between you and your mind. It's a war between you and your mind. So the moment you know, the moment you are aware, the moment you are awakened to this one truth, understand, please understand this one truth. Decide, whatever may happen, I am going to unclutch. I tell you, that moment is what I call enlightenment. If you decide that this moment, whatever may happen in my life, I am going to be continuously practicing unclutching. Suddenly you know, then whatever is going to happen, I am going to practice unclutching. Then why should I have fear? Why should I bother about anything else? Why should I have any fear or any idea about anything? You will see, mind just unclutches. mind just unclutches. So, I want you to fill with this one idea. I want to fill you with this one idea. I want you to be filled with this one idea. Decide today, from this moment, whatever may happen, I'll continue to unclutch. I am going to have the constant, intense practice. Tirkakala Nairantarya, committed and intense practice of unclutching. This very decision will unclutch you. After practicing is secondary. This very decision will unclutch you, will solve everything. The moment you take this decision, your mind will start moving, saying, no, 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 if that depression comes, you can't unclutch. If this fear comes, you can't unclutch. If this desire comes, you won't be able to unclutch. It will tease you. If you say, no, I am going to be unclutching constantly. Whatever may come, I am going to be unclutching. Then it will create the fear of death. What will happen? If you die, you think you will unclutch. Who will pay your bills? Who will pay your insurance? Who will pay your this? Who will pay that? If you take a strong understanding, if you bring firm understanding, no, whatever it may be, I am going to unclutch. That one strong will, suddenly mind unclutches. Patanjali explains beautifully in the next sutra a deeper method, a deeper layer of the same understanding. Next sutra is about Vairagya, the conscious withdrawal. He beautifully describes the deeper layer of this technique. The conscious withdrawal from the objects of the senses at the body, mind and spirit. He explains about the conscious withdrawal for this eternal unclutching. We'll see about this idea tomorrow. Go to the deeper layers of this idea tomorrow. Let you be filled with this one understanding that decide that committed and intense practice of unclutching makes one firmly established in a higher state of consciousness. Only that makes you established in a higher state of consciousness. Many people think they are professional seekers, they don't need to practice. I have seen. No, I practiced all kinds of techniques for 10 years, 20 years. Nowadays I don't practice anything. I just read and go around and listen to some things. Understand? Just because you are senior, don't think without practice things can happen. Maybe in the outer world it will happen. If you are a senior lawyer, you don't have to do anything. Just have few juniors, they will do everything. If you are a senior accountant, you don't have to do anything. Just your juniors will do everything. It will work in the outer world, not in the inner world. I have a story for you. An accountant goes into the pet store. I'll read it out for you. I don't want to miss a word. An accountant goes into a pet store to buy a parrot. The store owner shows him 3 identical parrots on a perch. The parrot on the left costs $500, says the owner. Why does that parrot cost so much? Asks the accountant. It knows how to do complex audits, says the store owner. The guy asks, how much does that middle parrot cost? Asked the accountant. That one costs $1,000, owner replies. He says it can do everything the first one can, plus it knows how to prepare financial forecasts. Accountant asks about the third parrot. It costs $4,000. Accountant asks, so what all that one can do? The store owner says, to be honest, I have never seen him do anything. But the other two parrots call him as a senior partner. Maybe in the outer world, if you are senior, you don't need to do anything. But in the inner world, practice, practice, practice. Even in our mission, I have seen these guys, the moment they become an organizer or a senior devotee or think that they have become senior devotee, they don't do any meditation. It's okay. Now I have to only teach. Understand, the senior accountant works only in the outer world, not in the inner world. So whoever you may be, practice has to become eternal. Actually, when you decide the practice is eternal, suddenly the whole thing gets unclutched and practice ends there. When practice ends, there will be nobody to practice. As long as there is somebody inside you to practice, practice. As long as there is somebody inside, something going on inside, unclutch. Only where there is nothing, then there is no unclutching. When the unclutcher disappears into unclutching, unclutching ends. Till then, unclutching continues, continues, continues. So, continue your unclutching till the unclutcher disappears into unclutching. Let you all achieve this truth and live, radiate, living enlightenment, Jivan Mukti. Let you all achieve and radiate the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you.
Nithyananda, everyone. That come to the conclusion of today's sessions. As I explained, tomorrow we are going to have Charya Pada. So let's pay our deepest gratitude to Swamiji. With the space of deep gratitude, let's conclude with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tasat Sarvam Bhagavashri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Nithyanandam, everyone. Thank you so much. See you all tomorrow. Nithyanandam.